What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Dr. Medic channel on this beautiful Tuesday night. I just wanted to show a quick update about this medevac helicopter that originally was reported as crashed out in Fort Morgan, Colorado. So sit tight real quick. I'll be right back and we'll get into it. Dude, so I'm really sorry about the video quality and the noise. I'm at my kid's basketball practice here, and there's only about 10,000 screaming high school volleyball player girls and basketball boys down there, so sorry about that. Anyway, but the operator in this instance is going to be Medtrans, which is a huge big corporation under the Global Medical Response, or GMR, umbrella. Now, the brand name of this service is actually called Medevac and covers an area in northern Colorado. Now, the med crew, they're all employees of the Banner Health System up there, with the mechanics, the pilots, and the aircraft itself all supplied by Medtrans. Now, these guys have been around since the early 1980s and cover the whole northeast area of Colorado, and they even creep into Nebraska and Wyoming and even Kansas. Now, they have been CAMES accredited for nearly 30 years, with their bases being located in Sterling, one's in Boulder, and this aircraft being out of Greeley, Colorado, which is just about an hour north of Denver, Colorado. Now, this aircraft in this case is this beautiful Eurocopter A-Star 350 made in 2012, and it's a newer B3 model and has the Smoke and Turbo Mecha Aerial 2D engines making around 800 horsepower. Now, it looks like they were doing a lot of flying earlier in the day, and then they headed out southeast to some unknown destination. But it shows that they were cruising along at about 120 knots, and you can see that they are at about 5,600 feet MSL, which in this area is about 1,000 feet above the ground over Greeley, and then increasing to about 1,300 feet above the ground over Fort Morgan. Now, as you can see from that previous video that I showed you, that you can tell that they obviously struck a bird that went directly through the windscreen on the pilot side. And the pilot managed to get this helicopter on the ground in the middle of an open field with no obvious signs of structural damage, and everyone seems to be okay, as it looks like the pilot and the med crew are standing here checking out the aircraft. But one thing I can say from this is this. This pilot gave himself and his med crew, over 1,000 feet to play with. I would guess that they probably hit this bird, right about here while still heading southeast, and then the pilot made an abrupt left-hand turn after hitting the bird and still had the time and patience to slowly fly over this waterway, which is the South Platte River, and land the aircraft safely in this field. It's hard to really tell anything else, from this accident other than that, but I'm super stoked to see a case where an in-flight emergency took place. The pilot was flying high enough to have the time to think and make decisions, and then was able to get this thing landed safely on the ground where everyone gets to go home safe at the end of the day, because that's what we all want to do, is we all want to go home safe at the end of the day. So strong work to the pilot and to the med crew, strong work to both of you, as well as I'm sure you were puckered tighter than a snare drum after this bird came through the windscreen. Remember, altitude is your friend, keep your face shields down, and we'll see you on the next episode.